Thanks for staying with us. We're going to start with the nation. Sule, Governor's OK tax reform bills as passed by reps. The nation petitions Inspector General of Police, DSS and DSS DG. My abductors planted bomb beside me in captivity, says General Siga. El-Rufai, others not yet in PDP, says State's Chairman. INEC declares Natasha's recall petition dead. Traffic lockdown in Lagos and Victoria Island. And Benin agog for Kweholo after tribunal victory. Okay, which story are we starting with? Who has Natasha's story? Please give us the good news.
So, no, I don't have Natasha yet.
Okay.
I have the Benin agog, yes. So the governor yesterday.
And it's your Kweholo story.
We are seeing celebration.
Who is celebrating who?
So governor have arrived. He arrived with all the team.
Oh God, as if it's the drama.
The secretary to the government and everybody, and they went straight to the Oba's Palace in Benin. The Omonobanedo Kwapolopolo Obayoari the second received them.
This is
and then he said to them, he said, go ahead and continue your hard work with the palace is happy with you.
Oh.
And you know, the partying and everybody celebrating the street was agog, you know.
Are you there? Think I thought
we didn't see videos. Well, yesterday I sat on the news and saw the way. I was surprised that the Oba spoke the way he did. Oba is usually very nicely.
But he's been very solidly behind this.
But he was very vocal yesterday. And initially I couldn't hear the governor. He held the mic. His voice was too low. But the Oba's one was heard enough. We heard it, and you know, I was really impressed at how they went in and all of the drama that happened there. But it's obvious that the people are happy with the governor and they've accepted him. I hope that he doesn't disappoint. You know, we had one governor like that the old Edo people were happy about, and then he did not go round. You should go round.
Now you know.
I have the story of the former Director General of the NYSC, Brigadier General Maharaj Iga, retired. Yesterday, he shared his chilling experience while he was in the kidnappers' den. So he said that God has been merciful to him. So he started that, you know, the abductors had stormed his country home in Bakori in Kaduna State. This happened February 5th. And, you know, to gain entrance, they blew up the entrance with explosives, and he was taken into captivity. And he said while he was there, they planted a bomb beside him. And it was only God's mercy that kept him, and that bomb didn't go off. He said that the kidnappers, especially, he mentioned that the kidnappers are not afraid of God. If you call God, they don't care. But what they're afraid of is the aircraft. He said once they hear an aircraft passing by, it's the terrorists and their cows run away. And he was and they also said they are that he was told that they specifically target military personnel or former military personnel because they believe that government hands over money to them, and that was why he was targeted. So he was also giving advice to military personnel, retired as well, to be conscious about their security, and also to the younger colleagues who are still in the military working hard. He asked them to please keep doing their best for our country, and that, you know, God would see us through. Yes, and this happened. There were we had our national security advisor, Ribadu, who was the one that did the handover, and he says that, you know, this is a good thing that's happened. This is I think the second time that they have done such a handover, and they are hoping that they'll keep winning the war against this terrorists. So the Nation, the Vintage Press Limited, publishers of the Nation, they've raised an alarm over the threat of lives to their workers and illegal occupation of their land property in Abuja. According to the report, the property measuring approximately over 7,000 square meters in Abuja, they wrote a petition to Inspector General of Police and also the DG State Services. Attached to the petitions were relevant documents backing the company's ownership to the land. In the petition, the managing director, that's Mr. Victor Ifije, said that the company has been in peaceful possession of the land for over 18 years until the recent invasion by those described as land grabbers. He expressed concern that the trespassers who chased away members of staff and threatened to kill them if they returned boasted of having connections with high-level law enforcement
in Abuja. The MD was really heartbroken, and he said that this was such an unheard of and unacceptable in a country that is regulated by law. This is quite, I mean, I don't know what the genesis of this is, but you can't be in your office and people just come in as land grabbers. A company, land you've owned for over 18 years. So I hope law enforcement is able to find some kind of a resolution to this, but it doesn't make any sense.
If this can happen to a company
to
this
the nation,
big,
yeah.
I am worried. Land grabber issues really need to be dealt with decisively. Yeah. I want to take the story, it's the major headline about the governors and the tax reform bills. We've been following the story of the tax reform bills, and it's been passed by the House of Representatives. However, in support of that, the governor of Nasir State said that's Abdullahi Sule said yesterday that all the governors are in support because while they picked holes in the original tax reform bills, the 4 reform bills that was presented, that they are the one that was signed on the 18th of March, the corrections and suggestions that the governors had made was included. It contained was included in it, and because when they had brought up their grievances before, took it to the president told them that go and join the public hearing and make your issues known during the public hearing, and they did. And the information that the issues they had were addressed, and an update was made to the tax reform, and that has been signed. One of the things they still have issues with is the fact that there's going to be a gradual increase from 7.5% all the way to 15% over the next 5 years of the our value-added tax. They still have issues with it, but I don't think it is. I think maybe over time they will get more convinced when they see money starts flowing in, because that's the plan.
That annoys me when you get a bill and then you now see extra VAT.
Yeah,
then
we need to
it goes up significantly.
Yes, 7.5 will make a huge difference. We are paying 5% that we're feeling it right now, but we need it for the government to move on. But that's basically the story. So we're waiting to see any other thing that comes up when it gets signed by the Senate.
15% is a lot.
Daily Sun, marketers demand probe of Naira for crude deal. Senate explains delay in passage of tax reform bill. Many passengers injured as Lag ferry boat explodes. Edo killings, PSC appoints new CP. Rumors of my collapse baseless and diversionary, says Wike. Natasha Akpoto-Dohan wins. Indigenous status bill, Afenifere calls for caution once it may aggravate ethnic tension. Okay, which story?
So I have Lag ferry story. According to the Lagos State Waterways Authority, there was an explosion that happened on the inward from Ikpakodo ferry terminal in Ikorodu to inwards Victoria Island yesterday at 6:45 a.m. The Lag ferry vessel called Igbegaiko exploded. There was an explosion on it, and of course the passengers were all affected. NIWA also claimed to have responded to it, but Lag ferry confirms that every of the passengers and crew members were already evacuated safely. Only 4 passengers suffered minor injuries, and they are currently receiving medical attention. Okay. And they are currently investigating the cause of the explosion. So hopefully we'll get to the root of it.
Okay. Let's go on a very short break. When we come back, we continue with our review. Stay with us. We'll be right back.